Yeah, and now everyone can write present. Write present in the chat box. Okay. Hi students. सब लोग लिख दो present sir in the chat box. Today, bear with me. I'm not that well today, तो थोड़ा सा वॉल्यूम लो रहेगा. Present. Okay, maybe I'll take a smaller class today. ठीक है. Tomorrow's timetable is my. Sorry. Okay, ठीक है. ठीक है. Sorry about that. Entrepreneurship में first model में ही है. I thought I'll finish it off today, but थोड़ा और interesting. I wanted to make it interesting. थोड़ा बीमार बीमार is normal. Don't worry. Okay. It's getting hanged. ठीक है. Let's say. ठीक है. So this is what we have completed. The first part. The second part, it was pretty small. I thought I'll complete it today, but like they will do it next time. Okay. Entrepreneurship में we were studying about this. Okay. here. Yeah, start from here. Okay, so this is very interesting one, creativity and innovation. Yeah, so but, let's see. To next class, I'll do it in a proper way. Okay, I'll just give a brief and what it is. Okay, in a normal class, like a class or a lecture, I'll do it today. Then maybe in the next class, I'll do it in an interesting way. ठीक है जो भी है creativity and innovation, both the things are important for both the people. Okay, we have two people with us. One is entrepreneur. Okay, he is on his own, collecting money on his own, developing his own idea. एक मिनट, ऐसा, and developing his own idea, risking his own money, okay, using his own resources, whatever he can. So he has the liberty to create, to innovate whatever he wants. On the other side, we have entrepreneur, who is a person who is working in a company, and he is suggesting some ideas, some suggestions, some improvement to the manager.
Sir, please add Harshal.
Harshal, Harshal, अरे, नहीं है, ठीक है, let's wait for him. Actually, the thing is, it automatically. On the one side, we have entrepreneur, who is on his own, and he's doing a create. He's creating something. He's innovating something. On the other side, we have entrepreneur who is working under a company, under a manager. So his idea and his suggestion, he needs to tell it to the manager, and then if the manager approves it, to and tell him to go ahead, only then he can implement, because he'll be using the resources of the company as well. But for both the people, creativity and innovation, ठीक है, दोनों थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है, क्रिएटिविटी का डिफरेंस अलग है. There is a difference between creativity and innovation, big difference. What is creativity and what is innovation? But the first thing which will come, if the person is creative, then he can innovate very easily. Okay, if the person lacks creativity, then there might be less innovation. But there are things which can be developed for creativity. Creativity is definitely by birth, it is there for few people, and for few people it can be developed also, creativity भी. जैसे businessman भी बोलते हैं, businessman is born businessman. ठीक है, there are some people who are born businessmen, maybe in a business family, so they are born in that environment and they are born as a businessman. But there are many other businessmen are who are not born businessmen. They never thought they'll do a business, but they end up doing business. Okay, or even if they are end up managing a team in a company and doing the work as an entrepreneur itself in a company. Okay, so first of all, innovation क्या है, you remember this. ठीक है, अभी क्या problem है? ठीक है, so you remember this, about entrepreneurship we discussed. ये कौन है? This is our SME entrepreneur, who is a small and medium scale enterprise बना रहा है, तो उसका cash flow is limited. We have innovation on entrepreneurs and opening up innovation enterprises. So and this was the graph. The cash flows will be unlimited afterwards. Okay, so now, okay, so after this, I should have not done this. ठीक है, तो ये दो entrepreneurs हैं हम लोग के पास. ठीक है, by doing this we are getting some innovation formula. Okay, I'm very science student ना, तो थोड़ा बहुत I am very fond of anything which is represented mathematically or graphically. तो innovation को भी I am trying to represent it in a graphical way. Innovation लाएंगे कैसे? So we have innovation which comprises of two processes basically. Okay, first is invention. Invention is I'm doing something new, creating some new product, new service. Okay, for example, a small thing in just if you know, there is a water bottle with you. Okay, water bottle का cap है. There are different shapes of water bottle, and for every shape there is a logic. Okay, And you have different kinds of caps on the water bottle. Some caps have a small hinge. It's a cap रहेगा, something like this. A cap will be there. Imagine this is a round cap, and a hinge will be there here, so that you can easily open it by help of it. ठीक है? Normally नहीं तो a normal round cap ka you need to put more pressure because only friction is there to rotate that cap. But if you have a hinge like that, small hinge, you can rotate it easily. Even this can be an invention. Okay, a small hinge. Now, this hinge, when you're putting it onto the bottle, or you're making or bigger inventions like you're launching AirPods and you're totally removing earphones from the market, you are killing one product and you're launching one another replacement of that product. Even that is an invention. When that invention can be called, अभी वो invention हो गया सिर्फ, ठीक है? Invention को when we can call it as innovation, when we can do commercialization. Commercialization means we can sell our invention, we can commercialize it for the public, we can keep a price for our invention and we can sell it. Only then that can be termed as an innovation. So this a kind of a equation, invention, कुछ नया लेके आ रहे हैं, नया product, नया service. Along with that, I'm making it commercial. Making a sale out of it. I'm doing a business out of that invention. Only then I can call it as an innovation. नहीं तो that is not an innovation if it is not used by anyone. ठीक है? बहुत अच्छा कुछ प्रोडक्ट बना है, ठीक है? आई वांटेड टू शो सम वीडियो बट वो सब, ठीक है, नेक्स्ट टाइम आई विल शो इट. ठीक है? अ स्टूपिड काइंड ऑफ इन्वेंशन. इफ यू आर देयर ऑन इंस्टाग्राम, तो ठीक है, जस्ट इफ ठीक है, कुछ लोगों को पता रहेगा. So there will be some videos in which people are doing some stupid things like uh, brush ke, like a toothbrush they are cutting and they are putting some toothpaste behind it, so when you can press it like an injection, the paste will come out. ऐसे stupid inventions रहेंगे. Then that a colored guy, ठीक है, इंडिया में बोल सकते हैं, black guy will be there. He is just like surprised and we can just put it like that. So if you remember like that, so a black guy will be there, or some person will be doing some kind of a stupid innovation, and that black guy will do the same thing. He'll resolve it. Matlab, he'll do it in a pretty simple way as per the norm. Okay, and he'll show it to you. So that is a kind of an invention they are doing, but that invention is not becoming an innovation because that cannot be commercialized. So both should be there. If you are very good in commercializing, बहुत अच्छा है business करने के लिए, बहुत अच्छे ideas है marketing के लिए, बहुत excellent sales team you have, excellent a lot of money you have, but you don't have any idea, new idea नहीं है, invention नहीं है, तो again you cannot do any innovation. ठीक है? So ये एक part था. Then I'll come to creativity. Okay, creativity का definition सुन लो. The ability to go beyond traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, or the like, and to create a meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, interpretations, etc. मतलब whatever the norm is going, जो भी चल रहा है, if I'm into that and I'm thinking कि इसमें कुछ नया कर सकते हैं, इसमें कुछ नया कर सकते हैं, it is very difficult. If you go out of it and you see the thing which is happening from the top view, then you are going against the traditional. Traditionally, everyone ride like this, everyone do like this. Traditionally इसको ऐसे ही बनाते हैं, traditionally हमेशा ऐसे ही करते हैं, सब लोग ऐसे ही करते हैं. Okay, so this is the pattern which we need to follow. This is the road which we need to go. Okay, this is how we drive scooty. This is how we drive a car. That is the traditional way. So to come out from that traditional way and we are trying something new, okay, and it should be meaningful, most important, or meaningful रहना चाहिए, meaningful, and I'm implementing something on that, then it becomes a idea. Even the idea of electric vehicle is a kind of a creativity which was there. The invention of electric vehicle is not very new. ठीक है? It electric vehicles used to exist maybe 500-600 years back also, when electricity was there and vehicles were getting manufactured. तो तभी भी there were some electric trains, electric cars also used to run, okay, on electricity. But when fuel combustion engine made it very simple that you can set up a petrol pump somewhere and just car can go for at a higher speed and higher pace, and there is a replacement of electric cars. So electric cars went out of the market and fuel cars remained in the market. They acquired the almost the 99% of the market share. There were some instances of electric cars and electric scooters that was there. It is very not a totally new idea कि 5 years पहले आ गया है, 10 years पहले आया है. So, ठीक है, the electric vehicle concept is very old, but that was an invention which was made, but the commercialization did not happen. There was creativity involved into in making that electric vehicle. Okay. Then after that creativity, they made the electric vehicle. That was an invention, but that electric vehicle could not commercialize properly in the market. So that was not considered as an innovation. So एक step by step आता है. Creativity. If you are having a creativity, then you can invent something. It can be a new thing or it can be a modification of an old thing. Then after invention, if you can commercialize that, if you can sell that to some people, then you can have an innovation. So creativity का कैसे है? You can gather material, thoroughly work on your materials on your mind. Okay, then step away from the problem. Well, this is the most important thing. You have heard think out of the box बोलते हैं. ठीक है, how to think out of the box. ठीक है, वो बॉक्स के पहले बाहर जाना पड़ता है. You need to go out of the box. You need to have a fresh. You need to approach that thing with a fresh mind. Even for studies, you must have heard, if you are studying continuously for 2 or 3 hours and you are not able to grasp that thing, then if you are not able to grasp that thing, then it is told okay, you need to put put down everything and then put down everything and then you can okay, put on everything, go out, have a fresh air, have a walk, don't see TV, don't touch your mobile, but you need to go out, have a fresh air or stand in balcony, just uh, relaxation, give a relaxation to your mind, then come back and then start fresh. Don't start from the point where you have left. Okay, one more thing for your studies, and I've never told you, I guess. When I used to study, suppose a 6 modules hai, okay, and I'm studying for final exam. So suppose I'm studying module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6. Okay, that I never did like that. I used to start from module 6, module 5, module 4, module 3, and module 2, module 1. Generally used to start from behind, and sometimes even in module 6 from the last concept. Okay, or else I have done like that. Suppose I'm skipping module 6, then I'll not touch it. Then I'll start from module 5, last concept. Then I'll go in reverse. ठीक है, तो एक certain pattern is made into our minds. So whenever you are studying or whenever you are analyzing something or कुछ भी कर रहे हैं ना, so if you are not able to do it properly, then start from reverse. That means you are stepping away from the problem. वो सीक्वेंस को योर माइंड इज गेटिंग यूज्ड टू दैट सीक्वेंस, वैसे ही सोच रहे वैसे ही सोच रहे, तो कुछ नया करना है ना, तो यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम बिहाइंड. डोंट स्टार्ट रीडिंग इन द रिवर्स वे, बट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द लास्ट कंसेप्ट टू द फर्स्ट, एज यू हैव रेड इट फर्स्ट टाइम नहीं है रिविजन के लिए. So as you have read it first time from 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 modules, then while you are revising, you start from 6 to 1. Okay, that means you are doing it in a kind of a creative way. You are stepping away from the problem and you are analyzing the problem in a different way. So that is very important. Then let your idea return to you. ठीक है, तो सडनली तुमको आइडिया आ जाएगा कि क्या करना है एग्जैक्टली, क्रिएटिव ये इनोवेट कैसे करना है. देन द शेप एंड डेवलप द आइडिया बेस्ड ऑन द फीडबैक. Then you can implement your idea. You can share that idea with the very known person so that he can or she can give some feedback, and then you can go ahead. ठीक है, थोड़ा टायर्ड हूँ मैं. हाँ, ये ना क्रिएटिविटी का ना प्रॉब्लम ये है कि फ्रॉम या ऑलवेज माय फर्स्ट लेक्चर ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स क्लास आई डू दिस, बट I guess yeah, I may have done with you as well. Okay, from the childhood, we have been taught some things, some questions, and some answer to those questions. Okay, that means this is the answer to this question. This is the correct answer to this question. Okay, there are many other correct answers, but you're not supposed to remember everything. So remember one or two things. So just for an example, A, which we'll be taught A for, it will first come to our mind as apple or aeroplane. Same way for B, it will come as a ball. Okay, so this will have a problem, and we don't get updated in the childhood. Okay, and we are not even taught to how to update it. Okay, we are not taught how to be creative, how to ask questions. Okay, that's the reason even you come to your PG level, and whenever it is told ask questions, you are very blank, because from past 20 years you have not asked questions, and suddenly how can you expect? So it is not taught to you how to ask questions. When you are being creative, you need to ask questions for everything. Remember, when a child is born, he is maybe 2 or 3 years old. He has not started to, he's not started school. 3 or 4 years का है. He asks a lot of questions. ठीक है, फैन गोल क्यों घूमता है, लाइट से ये क्यों होता है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी लाइट गई क्यों बोलते हैं, why sun ऐसा ऐसा, he keeps on, why stars are there, why moon he asks a lot of questions because he doesn't know and he wants to know it. He has the curiosity of it. But स्कूल में थोड़ा सा क्रिएटिविटी को what I mean you spoil it. ठीक है, now how to develop this? अभी ठीक है, ये हो गया past में. How to develop this? If I say this 3 plus 3, what is the answer? We only have one answer, right, which is 6. We cannot say we are creative and we are giving 7 as the answer or 5 as the answer. We cannot do like that. Okay, so if there is a norm that I'm adding two numbers and I'm getting only one answer, so I cannot find creativity. So that means there is no, for everything there is no creativity. For some things you have to follow because you will have some certain knowledge and you have to go along with that. Okay, you cannot be creative in each and everything. But creativity can be done in this question. But again, anyone tell me what the two question marks should be? Don't reply, just answer me. अच्छा, unmute करके बताओ. I mean, don't reply in the chat box. Unmute and answer it. How many? What are the two question marks can be represented?
3 plus 3 and 4 plus 2.
5 plus 1.
5 plus 1. 3 हो गए. और
6
5
plus
and a
0.
half plus half.
0
5 and a
plus
half plus 2 plus
3 into 2.
0
3
plus
into
6.
2.
अरे into किधर से आया? Plus है. 0 plus 6. 6 plus 0. 1 plus 5. 5 plus 1. 4 plus
5
2.
plus
So how
1.
many? Yeah, 5 plus 1, 1 plus 5, 4 plus 2, 2 plus 4, 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3. Okay, ठीक है. तो और क्या combination? 5 and half plus half. Good. So if I go with fractions, then I'll have infinite numbers, right? So 1 and half plus 3 and half. 1.66 plus maybe, I don't know, 4.33. So there are infinite combinations. So I can be creative with this. ठीक है, तो यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट कि कहाँ क्रिएटिव हो सकते हैं, नहीं हो सकते. इन द प्रीवियस वन आई कैन नॉट बी क्रिएटिव, आई नीड टू फॉलो सम नॉर्म्स. इन दिस वन आई कैन बी क्रिएटिव. Okay, so you need to find the way where creativity can be involved or where change can be involved. I have told you in the first part of the entrepreneurship that there are three things from where you can have an idea. There can be your passion, बहुत इंटरेस्ट है वो चीज करने में, you have a passion for it. Then you have ego that I can do better than that. ठीक है, उससे अच्छा मैं कर सकता हूँ. आई एम डूइंग maybe I don't know, maybe a drawing. So एक drawing निकाल रहा हूँ मैं. So I'm looking at and I'm just wow. Though, but the other person who is an artist, he'll be seeing ये क्या है, इससे अच्छा I can draw. That can be a kind of a ego which you can drive. Okay, ego is sometimes beneficial, and most of the time it is harmful. Okay, then the third one was complaint. If you have any complaint that this is not proper, this is not good, the people are suffering or ऐसा कुछ है, then I can launch it. So I'll provide a solution from the 4 P's I told you to SAVE. Okay, you're providing a solution to the problem, not the product to the customer. So if you have that creativity and you can innovate, then definitely you can generate an idea. You need to find the place where to find an idea, like this. Okay, something plus something is 6. Okay, you can be creative in this. ठीक है, अभी एक हाँ वही बताया मैंने, हाउ टू डेवलप इट. अच्छा हाँ, हाउ टू डेवलप इट. Now there are 6 things which I'll be discussing with you. Okay. ठीक है, वो 6 things के बाद में I'll just show a video and we'll wind up the session. ठीक है. There are this. Okay, we'll start this inside circle. अच्छा, inside one, ये जो अंदर है ना, these 3 things: your attitude, your imagination, and your knowledge is can be controlled by you. Okay, you can develop them. This is under you. Okay, your knowledge is under control. You how much knowledge you can get. You can go out, read the books, see videos, talk to people. You can get knowledge from that. Imagination, you will go to places. Through knowledge also you can build imagination. Then your attitude to change something, attitude to solve the problems, so you can develop those attitudes. So in the internal things are in control of you. The outside things like culture, habitat, and resources, you cannot control it. You need to adopt however they are. Okay. If you are living on a seaside, you cannot implement the ideas which can only be implemented in the mountain ranges. You cannot build a dam near a seaside. Sorry, river. Sorry, yeah, seaside. Correct. You cannot build a dam near seaside. If you have the ability to develop something, to build a dam, you need to locate to somewhere else. To get maybe a mountainous region where the river is flowing, you can build a dam. So you have to adopt what resources you have, what is the environment you are into, and what is the culture of that environment. Again, culture plays very important role. We have discussed many things. ठीक है, अभी एक एक करके जाते हैं. So knowledge, I was telling, you can develop it. It is the basis of creativity. If you have knowledge of certain things, only then you can be creative. You cannot find a creative person who doesn't have any knowledge. इसके गधा है, but he is very creative. He might be gada. He might be stupid in some of the field, but he might be excellent in some of the field. So he may not have knowledge of each and every field, but he may have knowledge of a particular field, and he might be stupid in other fields as well. If I'm telling, I don't know, Lata जैसे उसमें था Three Idiots में, like Amir Khan tells, if Lata Mangeshkar को, if his parents would have told to join cricket, and Sachin Tendulkar को बोला था कि you become a singer, then imagine how they would be. So they are good in their field, not in every field. So Sachin Tendulkar might be very stupid in calculation, but he's excellent in cricket. So there will be a person who will develop creativity just on the basis of knowledge. So he'll have knowledge. So getting knowledge is very important to become creative. ऐसे अपनी मर्जी से नहीं बन सकता. Okay. So knowledge, it is just a toolbox of creativity. So if I have the knowledge, I'll open the toolbox and then start making something. And then your imagination is a catalyst. What do you mean by catalyst? If you can imagine something, then you can build it very fast. Okay. One Jackie Chan movie, Karate Kid. Yeah, Karate Kid में there is one instant of imagination. There is a Japanese में they have this small trees, bonsai plants रहते हैं. एक small trees will be there which will be of particular shape of a person, shape of a car, shape of like that. They have built it. Okay, so when that Jackie Chan gives to that जो भी बच्चा है उसके मम्मी को जब देता है that plant, then she tells no, I'll spoil it. No, just imagine what you want to make out of it and then you try. So once you can imagine how the product will look like, then you can build very efficiently. When there was a house construction which was going on very nearby, so there was a kind of a pillar they were doing, and then something of the slab they were doing, and none of the people or the owners or the family of the owner, they could not imagine how this will look good. लोग बोल रहे थे बेकार इंजीनियर है, we should not have given him to construct the house. He's doing like this. How I don't know how the house will look like after it is made. But the engineer had the imagination that how the structure will look like if I'm doing like this. He had that imagination the other people didn't have. And after the house was constructed, he was praised very much by that owner because it looked very nice. You must have also faced something in your life also. तो कुछ तो कर रहा है वो ड्राइंग कर रहा है एंड यू हैव सीन दैट अमेरिका गॉट टैलेंट ऐसा कुछ है एक शो है नहीं नहीं नॉट अमेरिका गॉट टैलेंट समथिंग एक शो है देन पीपल विल कम एंड द आर्टिस्ट विल कीप ऑन ड्राइंग फ्रॉम टू हैंड्स कुछ ना कुछ जैसे बनाते हैं देन दे टर्न द पेंटिंग एंड दे पुट सम पाउडर एंड इट विल बिकम समथिंग ग्रेट okay only they can imagine what it has been made so it is kind of a catalyst matlab that will take the process faster okay and the next thing is attitude एक मतलब interest you should have that interest you should have the ability to do it ठीक है उसके पास बहुत नॉलेज है बहुत इमेजिनेशन है बट वो आराम से टाइम पास कर रहा है ही इज लेजी ही इज नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग देन that will not come if you have seen the movie Rockstar ठीक है रॉकस्टार में इन द बिगिनिंग ही द एक्टर क्या उसका नाम रणवीर कपूर is a good guitarist okay he plays on the bus stop he gets beaten up he go to college he is not serious in his life okay then that the person in the canteen tells there should be a pain in your voice you should have gone and undergone some pain then he analyzes ke I have a pretty big family I have a good business there is no loss of money for me and nothing is there Cheh, I should have some pain so that my voice can come out so when he is removed from the family removed from the home and he goes somewhere some Ajmer mein kidhar jaake he is staying and then he experiences a spark in him ठीक है वो अंदर से जो आवाज निकलती है वो एटीट्यूड ठीक है सो स्पार्क इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हेन you have a knowledge you have an imagination but if you have the will to do it if you actually अंदर से निकलता है ना then you will be able to generate that creativity and finally these three things like resources yeah money is a resource अच्छा sorry पहले habitat बताना तो habitat is whatever environment you have like I was telling if you have an idea of building a dam and you're staying seaside and you are trying to implement that you might not succeed you need to change your location but if you are there if you are doing a business seaside itself then you need to think from that line environment में क्या है what is required first of all ठीक है I'm giving a solution to the problem right I'm there are many complaints I'm solving those complaints and I'm building a business there are many problems in the just one thing ठीक है this is recorded but ठीक है anyway no one will hear so there is one problem with all of your seniors was whenever the result gets announced they are so happy seeing the result that no one download the result sheet the mark sheet ठीक है then later on that portal closes and when they want to submit it to the companies in the next year or somewhere or the year or they need the marks card somewhat ठीक है so they don't save it I analyzed this problem in 2016 in 2017 also then I thought that I me only I'll start downloading each and every person's marks card and I'll keep it in a drive so that whenever they will tell that we don't have any marks card we don't need to give it by all signing signed marks card a stamp from the department or both we were creating that marks card for them in 2016 and 17 then from 2018 I thought I'll download all the marks card whenever the student will tell I'll just send him the marks card on WhatsApp okay yesterday itself I did it so I remember so and that is what I'm analyzing a problem क्या है इसमें इसका क्या solution निकाल सकते हैं so that is dependent on environment and next is resources money is definitely a resource but natural resource human resource also plays a very important role ठीक है human resource का एक example you have seen this movie outsourced करके movie outsourced okay there are two movies actually or else one night at call center वो book पढ़ा है जिसने उसका चेतन भगत का या फिर आउटसोर्स का एक सीरीज है हॉलीवुड सीरीज भी है सो उसमें व्हाट इज देयर इज दैट देयर आर मेनी पीपल okay There are many people in a country or in a city, and they are not that knowledgeable. They cannot become an engineer or anything else. Doctor ने MBA भी नहीं किया, कुछ नहीं किया. They have just passed out from the school or maximum to the junior college. I mean 11th and 12th. नहीं क्या बोलते? PUC 1, PUC 2. They have just passed out from that. And so I cannot give them any work which involves lot of logic, lot of imagination, lot of brains basically. So I'll just put them on a call center. You attend the call, listen to the complaint. There are certain norms or certain things which can be resolved because of those complaints. You can solve it. You can solve it. If you are not able to solve it, pass on to the next higher ups. Okay, something like that. So if there are many human resources who are less knowledgeable, I can start a call center over here. Okay, and you have heard Mumbai maybe whenever I used to call to a call center because of some things. Okay, maybe a SIM card got broken or my mobile got lost or anything like that. I need to change any, what do you say, a plan of my mobile phones. There were no online changing of plans or online booking. सब online नहीं था पहले. So for everything we used to call to call center. So the call center the call will go to mostly in the northern part in Uttar Pradesh या हरियाणा में जाते थे because I could make out from their accent हिंदी में जो बात कर रहे हैं. Okay, so there are natural resources, human resources available, and they are less educated, so they can enter easily. So these call centers are very much predominant in India and Philippines also. Nowadays, that has been only transferred to Philippines. So these are the resources which you need to analyze. कि क्या है आसपास. Then you can implement. Then finally, the culture. Culture is, I've written it as a background music. You don't. The background music is very important to have a touch on that. Okay, again, one video I wanted to show. I'll show it in the next class of a background music. Uh, or someone have seen brain games करके Nat Geo पे एक program होता है. Okay, you can. Okay, you will. If you don't have Nat Geo, the small clips are available on YouTube as well. In that, one of the thing was there about background music. If I'm telling you there is a product which is getting manufactured and there is a certain kind of a background music, then you can imagine how the product is. If it is very lovely music going on, okay, maybe a romantic music is going on, then I can imagine the product of something which is related to that. Okay, if funny music is going on or childish music is going on, okay, related to kids, then I can imagine a toy is being manufactured. Okay, if some I don't know, it depend upon the music. Okay, so it is, the culture is kind of a music which is there, background music. Okay, and we need to keep a track on that as well. One example in the economic one example in the economics class I have gave you that the, there was a what do you say, a parachute oil ka, yeah, parachute oil ka. Parachute oil was very much famous in the southern part of India, but when it went to North India, people didn't accept it. The only reason was the cultural factor. The culture over there is girls without what do you call that, gungat. Gungat. Girls without gungat are matlab, not good to see. Matlab, during those times, there was a photo of a girl on a parachute bottle with a long black hairs. Okay, and it was written parachute and uska photo tha. So that photo was not accepted of that girl in northern side of India. There was no problem with oil or anything related to product, but the cultural factors had a negative effect on the company's product, on the packing of the product. So that's the reason it could not sell. So a cultural factor be important. So these were the four, and what am I? Yeah, one last video I'll show you. Okay, ये बस हो गया about Nintendo. ठीक है, we our generation, ठीक है, थोड़ा सा gap है. Our generation definitely knows this company. Can anyone tell me what this company does? Nintendo करता क्या? No one? If you ask
Sir,
to
games.
games, video games. एक्सीलेंट, क्या होता है तू हमारे जनरेशन के हु आंसर्ड आंसर किसने किया अच्छा एनीवेज फॉरगेट
सब
हाँ
रमेश।
प्रथमेश हाँ अरे हाँ करेक्ट ठीक है so Nintendo is a company which was there into video games ठीक है there were no other companies like Sony or Xbox ये सब कोई नहीं था ठीक है Nintendo was the only player which used to manufacture video games this is how the video game looked like ठीक है our first video game everyone's ठीक है Mario ये जा रहा है ये and the music is also very much connected to us so these were the type of a game a 2D game है वो जा रहा है भाग रहा है उसके ऊपर जंप मार रहा है okay then this was there then next came after that Xbox okay which we have seen Xbox is a company which is from Microsoft and they have built this Microsoft is taking care of the software part of this so Xbox a huge company okay and then another company is PlayStation okay the PlayStation is from the Sony so this is how it looks like excellent joystick and we can connect it to the TV and we can play if you compare these two companies they were manufacturing excellent games like this see the graphics see how real it looks and if I play it on a huge big screen TV then it will look like people are shooting us and we are running away from them okay so this was the kind of a competition which the Sony and Xbox gave and Nintendo couldn't cope up with this because Nintendo was a small company they had excellent creativity ideas but they were very small companies so they could not compete with them like on this line so they totally changed the line okay अरे बहुत दूर बात ठीक है let him go so they completely changed their mind and they launched something else because they could not have this many graphics and this exciting games they could not build it okay so these were the two players who were the competitors and Nintendo again came up with the ideas so there were only two competitors okay no third one Nintendo couldn't cope up with them so using a creativity idea from Nintendo their engineers manufactured something like this okay which will be shown here like this a Y okay you can have this was the innovation or the creativity from which this was innovated by Nintendo a Y game they called it okay you can yourself use that and you can play so all the people got involved into it even young what do you say old age people also started playing the youngsters also started playing because they had built a market Sony and Xbox when they are using the joysticks okay even I could not play once I was playing soccer in this PlayStation I could not beat a child who was playing it from a very long time okay soccer oh he was so much expert into that using that joystick. I could not score one goal, and he scored around 20 goals against me. Okay, so there is no competition in that, and there is no fun for me as well. He might be having too much fun, but there is no fun for me. So the person who is using it for the first time, playing it, the videos for the video games for the first time, he'll not have that much interest unless uh, he gets into it and gets involved into it. So there is a small market for them okay the people who are very much efficient in handling the joysticks तो छोटा मार्केट था जो दो छोटे मार्केट में both were fighting Sony PlayStation and Microsoft Xbox both were fighting Nintendo killed them by just launching a small kind of it was a creative idea definitely एक innovation ही था वो ठीक है that invention of that joystick they commercialized it and made it into the market now using that Y stick anyone can play anyone can hit can play tennis can play golf cricket and we even played car racing with that a small steering also we got it so then again PlayStation and Xbox made their joysticks as well for that but that was a kind of a innovation you can do so when you are analyzing like that तो creativity में बहुत मजा है actually ठीक yeah I'll show some more videos in the next class okay now before winding up I just wanted okay just wanted four people okay, to do presentation on these topics. Kodak, Yahoo, Xerox, and BlackBerry. If first come first serve, write it in the chat box who want to do which one. Okay. Uh, what I need you to do in this is, suppose someone is taking Kodak, analyze just a 2 minute and a small presentation. Okay, again a part of your curriculum itself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 minutes का presentation रहेगा. Then you need to talk about a company just for 2 minutes. What is Kodak and what the products they were manufacturing. Okay, all these companies have been closed down. Okay, you need to give a reason for that as well. So what was their best product or best service which was there in the market, and how they had captured the market. कितना market share था उनके पास. If you get it, it's fine. But ठीक है, जो best product or best service they offered, because of that they were very famous. And then talk about performance when they were the market leader. How were their performance, market share है या फिर what was their profits or whatever, you get an information. And the most important thing you need to talk about is why they failed. फेल हो गए, ये सब कंपनीज बंद हो गए. They were market leaders during their time. Kodak was a market leader in cameras. Yahoo was the market leader in mails. uh, Yahoo mail था, बहुत famous था. Gmail का many of the people didn't had Gmail but they have Yahoo mail. ठीक है. Now and Xerox was more bigger than Apple, I can say. Apple iPhone, Apple computers, ये जो company है, Xerox was bigger than that, Apple का. And BlackBerry, again, BlackBerry is the worst. मतलब they closed down their phone. BlackBerry Motion में बोलते हैं, BlackBerry phone division. They closed it down. But once upon a time, BlackBerry was the phone which every office corporate people used to use it. Okay, there was a thing called BlackBerry Messenger. Even I have used BlackBerry, so it is not that old. Okay, BlackBerry का एक रहता था. Okay, there was one excellent. They ठीक है, I'll not tell much about it. So ये चार companies का presentation देना है. Not in next class, definitely. Next class I'll complete the module. ठीक है. So Friday, Saturday, कल तो नहीं है class. So maybe Monday I'll have a class. I'll take my lecture, and in the next class maybe it will come on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday में आएगा. So during that time, just have a brief. If it is less than 10 minutes, also not an issue. Just focus on why they failed in the market. I want you to do it. ठीक है. I hope anyone is interested in doing. At least दो भी हो गए तो भी sufficient है. Come here. Okay, if anyone is interested, just what do you do? Just message me. WhatsApp करो. Which company you want to take. Okay, send me a WhatsApp. These are the 4 companies: Kodak, Yahoo, Xerox, and BlackBerry. You have today's day, tomorrow's, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday also. So 4 to 5 days you have to present this. I need 4 people, no groups. Groups कुछ नहीं, 4 लोग चाहिए. One person will be presenting Kodak, one person will be presenting Yahoo, one is Xerox, one is BlackBerry. Okay, ठीक है. You can message me. Yeah, just write the name of the company who is messaging. Okay, cool. Again, they'll be learning. It is very much related to your this as well. Okay, the first 4 people who will be messaging will be booked here. Okay, so that's it for today. और भी था आज पढ़ाने के लिए. ठीक है, thanks. Okay, so still I have not got many messages. Okay, once again, Kodak, Yahoo, Xerox, BlackBerry. Okay, both are all 4 are quite simple. So you decide. Okay, so that's it for today. Anyways, got it less. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone. कुछ तो problem है.